I'm Alex Cowden. I'm joined here with my two partners, Alec Beck and Joe DeGrazia. Without further ado, we'll get right into our study. So in our research leading up to our study, we found that as self-esteem went up, so did emotional intensity, or how strongly people felt their emotions. We also found that as self-esteem went up, so did quality of life of those individuals. So the aim of our present study then, and what we're interested in, is if as emotional intensity increases, if quality of life will also increase.
And the way we researched that was we used 190 participants to take a survey. And for our primary dependent variable of emotional intensity, we administered a 5-item questionnaire that kind of dissected how intense each emotion was. And one of these emotions, for example, was loneliness. And then for our other variables, we looked at life idealness, spiritual satisfaction, and life satisfaction. An example of one of those questions would be, on a scale of 1 to 5, for most things, how do you perceive your life as being ideal? And the first analysis, which is life idealness, the hypothesis was that there'd be a positive correlation between life idealness and emotional intensity. In other words, as life idealness was go up, so would emotional intensity. And that was found to be generally just rejected.
In the second analysis that we did on spiritual satisfaction as it relates to emotional intensity, we predicted that there would be a positive there would be a positive relationship between spiritual satisfaction and emotional intensity. For this, as you can see in the graph, there is a negative relationship that was found between it, which rejects our initial prediction that as spiritual satisfaction goes up, that we would also expect emotional intensity to go up. We indeed found the opposite of that.
So moving on to analysis 3, we're looking at life satisfaction against emotional intensity. So for this, we saw that as life and satisfaction increases, so does emotional intensity. And this was our initial hypothesis, so this was proven true. So moving on to the discussion, what we found from the study is that the life idealness hypothesis was rejected. So what we did find was that as life idealness increases, emotional intensity decreases. In the second study, the hypothesis was also rejected. So we discovered that as spiritual satisfaction increases, emotional intensity decreases. Our one hypothesis that was proven true was the third one. We discovered that as life satisfaction increases, so does emotional intensity. So going off of that, some future research opportunities here, we could dive into how emotional expression affects mental health outcomes based on life satisfaction. This is very important because further research based off of our third hypothesis could prove very useful in clinical settings and finding if there is a true relationship between life satisfaction and positive mental health outcomes. Thank you for listening to our study and have a great rest of your day.